Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Ebel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and join me today for this look back at my weight loss journal going all the way back to 2008. I apologize if I sound a little hoarse. I was feeling under the weather the last few days, but I'm feeling much better today and enjoying a cup of my favorite tea when I have a sore throat or a cold. So yes, I have been documenting different periods of dieting in my life since 2008 in this book, but nothing consistent, like there's a big gap from 2014 to 2020. But there's so much interesting stuff in here, and just looking back on the way I used to diet, like I was so obsessed. And the way I used to count calories and track exercise and try to eat less than 1,000 calories a day to lose weight. It's no wonder I've struggled for so many years when I look back at like the crazy patterns I used to have. I also talk a lot about my drinking in here, which I've said in many other videos absolutely affected my weight loss. And quitting drinking has been the healthiest decision I've ever made in my life, and it's given me the biggest improvement in my mental health. But your mental health affects everything, and so when I'm feeling better mentally, everything else in life just feels easier. 2 years ago, I began filming a series called I'm Done Dieting, which I did for a year, and in that very first video I talked about every diet I've ever tried for the last 30 years. I was literally 6 years old when I realized I was chubby, when I realized I was bigger than the other kids, and when I started getting picked on about my weight. And I was 36 years old when I filmed that first I'm Done Dieting video, literally just at my wit's end of 30 years of obsessing about my weight and what I eat and what I look like, and just trying so hard to figure it out. So I filmed that I'm Done Dieting series for a year, really still struggling to not diet, to figure it out. And then I finally found Dr. McDougall and the Starch Solution, healthiest diet on the planet, maximum weight loss. And last year, September, October 2020, well, come show your cute face on camera. So in fall of 2020 is when I really began following Dr. McDougall. Finally started losing weight because I figured out that the key is to eliminate oil. I was already vegan, mostly whole food plant-based, or trying to be, but serious problem with vegan mayonnaise and of course cooking with oil. Once I eliminated that oil, I started losing weight. So a couple weeks ago I sat down and was reading this and was just like, holy crap, I can't believe I used to do this to myself. So the biggest patterns I see in here for myself is the way I used to count calories and the way I used to try to restrict food in the morning, and then I'd end up eating a ton at night. So this journal begins May 5th, 2008. I had just turned 25 and moved a couple hours away from my family to take a job. Don't you want to read my journal, Penny? So in 2008, I was a vegetarian. So what sticks out to me on this first page is May 3rd, when I ate a lean pocket at 7:30 a.m. and then didn't eat again until 3 p.m. when I had some veggie crisps. And then at 4 p.m., look at how much I eat. Like, this was my pattern of like trying to not eat at all during the day and then having a lot of food for dinner. And then like on May 4th, not really eating a lot during the day and then beer for dinner. And then I turned the page after the night of beer, obviously hit up Taco Bell on Cinco de Mayo, and all I ate on May 5th was Taco Bell and Funyuns. I mean, I can tell I'm trying to be healthy with fruit and veggies and stuff like that, but I also default to things like Hot Pockets, Doritos, Funyuns, and then like looking at May 10th, strawberries, veggies, half of a pizza, beer. Like, obviously I never thought anyone was going to read this, or I would have made my handwriting nicer. On this next page I see a lot of Taco Bell. I think that's Burger King with the veggie burger with the onion rings. On this next page, I'm going to assume this is Memorial Weekend. Beer, 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 like 3 days in a row. That had to be Memorial Weekend. And a bunch more Taco Bell, Burger King. Next page, looking at May 31st, 8:30, peaches, cottage cheese, English muffin. 12:30, salad with ranch, fruit, potatoes, carrots, black bean soup. Beer, beer, beer. So I had like breakfast and lunch and then drank the rest of the day. And then the next day, June 1st at noon, cheese roll-ups, triple layer Taco Bell all day. And I've talked about this in quite a few other videos, like drinking and Taco Bell just went hand in hand for me. And this next page, I can just see what an unhealthy vegetarian I was. And like now that I'm whole food plant-based, I understand how easy it is to be an unhealthy vegetarian. Like you think you're healthy because you're not eating meat, but you eat so much dairy and other just crap. Like how much pizza and Taco Bell do I eat? June 8th, I went to a Chinese buffet at noon and then went to Taco Bell at 5 o'clock. Like June 11th is a great example of how I would eat not enough. Graham crackers and milk, Funyuns, fries, cauliflower, Junior Mints. 1,100 calories all day. This is probably getting pretty repetitive by now. A lot of pizza, beer, beer, and more beer. June 22nd, noon, a bagel and cream cheese. Don't even get until 7:30. And then have chips and dip, chocolate cake, and a cup of milk. June 27th, 10 Bud Lights. Restricting and then binging has always been my issue. Really trying to diet and cut calories one day, and then a day or two later just being so hungry and eating so much. And I really see that in this journal. July 6th, 1 piece of pizza, portobello and peppers. That was a sandwich I used to get at a bar in Traverse City. Beer, beer, beer. Next morning, go eat Chinese buffet. 3/4 of a pizza and ice cream. Like, how was I writing all this down and not seeing that this was why I was not losing weight? July 12th, 12 beers. Just so much junk food. And I know that's what I used to do. Whenever I was hungover, I could eat whatever I wanted. That was like the permission I gave myself. Generally Taco Bell, lots of pizza. And I'm seeing a ton of chips and dip on this page. Okay, only 2 more pages of 2008 and it all looks the same to me. A bunch of junk food and a bunch of alcohol. So here's an example. I lost track for a couple weeks, then tried to start over. I think that's why I liked Hot Pockets, because I knew how many calories was in them. So I stopped that documentation in August 2008, picked it up again in May 2009, and this time I decided to write down everything I was eating for the day and give myself a smiley face, a sad face, or like a straight line face. So you're gonna see in 2009 that I start eating fish again. That was because I started developing psoriasis at the end of 2008, and not knowing anything, thought it was because I wasn't getting protein or something ridiculous like that. I now know that I get psoriasis when I get stressed. So I was a pescatarian in 2009 and maybe for a couple other years before I went vegan. I think the saddest part for me is how healthy I thought I was being back when I was vegetarian and pescatarian. Thinking that eggs were healthy and fish was healthy and cottage cheese and yogurt was healthy. And like, look at May 23rd, that's a perfect example. I had a frozen dinner for breakfast. Looks like I ate at the employee cafeteria at 12:30 and then didn't eat again until 10 p.m. when I had a cheese stick and a snack pack. But I gave myself a smiley face that day because obviously my calories were so low. So the next page, lots of beer, lots of cheese, tuna. And when I look at some of these days that I give myself a smiley face, it's like, those are the days that it's like 1,200 calories or less. Sad face is obviously for days I got drunk, or hangover days where I ate a lot. Some of these days were really restrictive. Like June 4th, did I really only have a muscle milk and some veggie lasagna? Really? It might make sense. It looks like I ate a lot more the next day, but then got drunk. So then the day after that, pigged out on pizza. And all these tuna wraps on here, that was something we sold at my work, and if it expired, employees got to eat it. That's why I ate a lot of those. What I can say about this time period in my life was that I didn't cook. I did not cook at home. That's why there's a lot of like healthy choice or lean cuisine meals, Hot Pockets, that kind of things. Like the only thing I cooked at home was stuff I could cook in the microwave. Although there was a point where I cooked green bean casserole. I did see that. I ate a lot of junk, a lot of chips, a lot of pizza, pizza rolls, tuna, more Doritos, pizza roll. June 29th may be one of my most unhealthiest days. Pizza rolls for breakfast, Doritos and Oreos for lunch, chips and dip, and more Doritos. Like, what was I thinking? And the next page is just more Taco Bell, more Burger King. And the next page looks like I finally laid off the booze for a couple days. All right, we're almost done with 2009. It's interesting to me how like the really restrictive days got a smiley face, and days that like I feel like I'm eating a little bit more of a normal amount of calories will get a sad face. But that's my mindset. So 2009 ended July 31st. And so we begin again, and we'll jump to March of 2010. So in March 2010, I moved back to my hometown and actually moved into my aunt's house. So I decided to start tracking my food and my calories again, because that's the main thing I have done to try to lose weight in the past, is count calories, restrict calories, you know. Not a great start, but I've got to start keeping track to get back on track, hoping to lose 20 pounds by May 1st. Haven't been able to get on a scale in a month, so I'm feeling fat. Still eating fish. I see Rayleigh's fish sandwich. So much for dropping 20 pounds by May 1st. New goal, down to 150 by June 1st. Write down everything I eat every day. Don't let alcohol ruin my diet. Exercise of some kind every day. Current weight 165.8. So I wanted to lose like 15 pounds in a month. The MVCMZ, that's multivitamin, calcium, magnesium, zinc. That is incredible that I lost 5 pounds in one day from being dehydrated from drinking alcohol. I'm sure the 5 pounds came back the next day. Looks like I didn't weigh in the next day, but by May 3rd, back up to 165.8. Then over here on May 4th, I start discussing I need to adopt a no eating after 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. or 7 p.m. rule. And then like I look at what I ate that day, that does not seem like enough. And then see me cheering myself on for the extreme calorie restriction. Great job yesterday, need to keep it up. May 6th is a prime example of the crap I used to do. Not eating crap and just drinking. And then down 4 pounds the next day, so dehydrated. So yeah, I barely ate on May 6th, was down 4 pounds the next day, pigged out the next day, definitely hit up Taco Bell. I wonder if I drank on May 7th because I didn't eat until 5 p.m. on May 8th. And May 11th, feeling a little frustrated, need to up the workouts, want to drop 12 more pounds. Again, that doesn't feel like very much food on May 11th. So again, restrict on the 11th, and then I'm down weight on the 12th and celebrating. Oh my gosh, May 13th, is that all I ate? And then got drunk and didn't track for a week. Oh my gosh, this is my cycle. This is what I do to myself. Restrict, lose a little bit, celebrate. And then Memorial Weekend, major party equals lots of drinks and snack equals weight on June 1st, 165.4. What was I on May 1st? Or April 29th, 165.8. Ugh, kicking it into high gear for June. Drinking is too many calories, must beware. New goal down to 150 by July 1st. Lay off the booze, E. I knew better, but I kept behaving in this way. June 1st, only positive thinking. I can do this. I will work out every day. I will not eat so much. Drinking is back down to 1 day a week. Did pretty bad today, but was able to quit eating at 5 p.m. except a few pickles. And then there we go, June 2nd, total restriction. June 3rd, that doesn't sound like much to eat either. Skip a couple weeks. Read lots of that Self magazine, do some web surfing. I feel like something shifted inside me. Like maybe I can finally do this, make it or break it. That was the gymnastics show on ABC Family I loved. I'm feeling really inspired. I want to be strong, like the gymnasts. I want to be able to run. I want to do yoga and gymnastics. I don't want to be a party girl. I want to be an athlete. I want to be healthy. Sort of slipped up with late night snacking. This is how I felt for so many years and just so struggled with I want to be healthy and athletic and strong but keep slipping into these paths of drinking. I said it right here. June 14th, 2010, I don't want to be a party girl. And I didn't quit drinking until August 4th, 2020. Over a decade later, a decade of my life that I knew who I wanted to be and who I didn't want to be. June 15th, I will eat healthy today. I will do an easy workout because I am sore. I will become my authentic self. My inner yogini and gymnast will emerge. Went to Bay City, forgot my journal, a bad day or two, also some good ones. Rode 10 miles with Becky yesterday. I remember that bike ride. Gotta get back on track now. Still eating fish. Gotta quit the late night munching. No excuses, just go to bed. I didn't get enough protein, so I keep on eating. Why did I think I didn't get enough protein yesterday? So I thought I didn't get enough protein the day before, so the next day I eat a salmon burger, turkey sandwich, which is tofurkey. Want to drop 5 pounds for my job interview. So then I stopped keeping track in June. I picked up again in October. So here I'm really just keeping track of my weight, up and down arrows. January 28th, 2011. Finally, it took forever to get the scale to move again. I need to up the workouts and start writing down food more. So I had set that goal to weigh 150 by, I think, June 1st, 2010, then July 1st, 2010. Finally got there, end of January. So I started seeing a lot more success here in 2011, and I'll tell you why. I had a rock bottom moment in January of 2011 involving my drinking. I don't really want to rehash that right now, but I felt like crap about myself and I decided to quit drinking. And I quit drinking in January 2011 up until November or December of that year when I started like having some emotional issues. So I start seeing a lot of weight loss success here in 2011. And looking back, I know it's because I quit drinking then. And then I start this countdown to my birthday. And then I get down to 141 for my birthday, April 21st. Maintain that weight for 6 months. Then Halloween candy. So November 21st, up 5 pounds to 146. Gained these 5 pounds pretty much in the last month. Halloween candy tempted me. Oh, and Chase died on 11/7/11. That was my cat. Now it's time to get back on track. 5 months till my birthday. Last year, my 20s. I don't want to spend it fat. Fat blasting yoga. 3 bowls of Captain Crunch. And then that's the last thing I wrote for 2011. Honestly, after my cat died, I got really depressed and I started drinking again. So like I said, November, December 2011, I started drinking again, pretty depressed. But instead of the drinking depression Taco Bell cycle, I kind of stopped eating a lot in 2012. I got pretty skinny. but it was just because I was drinking so much. I was so depressed. I lost my job. 2012 was probably the worst year of my life as far as like my mental health goes. It was bad. But 2013, I slowed down the drinking and started getting my life back together, really started getting back into yoga. And then in 2014 is when I decided to start pursuing my yoga teacher training. So then picked back up in 2014, weighing 147, up and down arrows, tracking my weight again. So 2014 to 15, I was pretty healthy. I was about 140 pounds. Maintained that up until 2016, another round of depression, another weight gain. And I know I've talked about this in other videos. Then end of 2016, I start getting into veganism, go vegan in 2017, get healthy, and so I'll pick up right here. So this entry from April 16th, 2020, right in the hardcore part of lockdown, but I had a doctor's appointment that I was still able to go to. So December 2018, 140-ish, feeling healthy, teaching full-time at EB Yoga in Bay City, filming videos for my online studio. I went to Vegas for Christmas in 2018, and that's when I started gaining weight. Just a couple pounds. In November 2019, I began filming my I'm Done Dieting video series for YouTube, and I weighed about 160 pounds on November 23rd. And then I've talked about this throughout that series. I never really like gave my weight in numbers. I was just embarrassed or shy, I don't know. 156, 164, 168 in March, and then yesterday I went to the doctor for my depo and I weighed 169. Then I came home for my appointment yesterday and I ate. Breakfast and lunch were okay. It's dinner and nighttime eating that F's me up every night. I did so good last week for 5 to 6 days, so WTF happened. I have zero self-control. Why do I eat until my belly is so full? Why? Literally, as long as I can remember, all I've ever wanted was to be skinny and to have a flat belly and to wear a bikini. So why have I not achieved this if this is my #1 goal? Why do I choose comfort, aka food, over my health, aka bikini body? I am done gaining weight, done procrastinating my health, done being fat and lazy, done. So at this point, I'm still filming my I'm Done Dieting series. That March 29th, that was when I filmed part 4, the Quarantine 15 edition. So at this point, I'm still eating oil, lots of vegan mayonnaise, especially in lockdown. I did not drink a drop of alcohol by myself during lockdown. I don't think I drank for maybe like 6 weeks or something like that. So here, I basically just started kind of obsessively tracking my weight every day. So I'm not tracking my food or calories at all because, as I said in the I'm Done Dieting series, like, I was done with that crap and I'm not going to do it anymore, and I still feel that way. So here's just kind of a slow weight loss, a pound or 2 a month, right? So obviously not really losing weight, but maintaining around the low 160s for a long while. Kind of started Starch Solution maximum weight loss, I say like October 1st. It was sometime between September and October. But then my sister had to put her cat down in October, and I went and stayed with her for a week after that. This was her cat she'd had for like 12 years, and I had lived with him. He was friends with my cats. So I went and visited her for a week, and we just totally like emotionally ate. It was not good. So I came home from that trip last October, October 24th, 2020, and I weighed 170 pounds. And that's when I took like my before pictures and was like, this is it. I'm committing to maximum weight loss, getting rid of anything with oil in it in my house, and I'm doing the dang thing. So then on November 24th, I filmed the final I'm Done Dieting video because I had found Dr. McDougall, was feeling successful and like so happy. Then looking December 2020 to January 21, basically maintaining, but hey, I got through the holidays maintaining. And then in January, start losing a little bit more. And February and March is when I had a lot of success, 6 pounds each month, was really committed to maximum weight loss, 50-50 plates, and it was the dead of winter here in Michigan. Like, I don't really think I left my house. I definitely didn't travel anywhere. And you'll see some days where I have my weight and then another weight in parentheses because I weighed myself again and I weighed less. Like, still working on that, like, obsession with the scale. But I can tell I'm getting better with that when I go to these next few months and I definitely don't weigh myself as often. And then if you've been following my weight loss journey at all, you probably already know all this information. I'm really trying not to get on the scale every day like I was at the beginning. And that brings us to the present, which is October 2020. I'm about to come up on my 1-year anniversary of really like when I committed to maximum weight loss, October 24th last year. And I filmed a video that day last year, but it was pretty depressing. It was nothing I ever posted, but I might look back on that just to look at who I was back then, because honestly, I feel so different, not just in the way I look, but in the way I feel mentally about myself and like how I feel about my future and even how I can look back at my past. And I've talked about that a little bit. Like, I have a lot of regrets and it's hard for me to not like resent myself sometimes and some of the bad decisions I've made, but the further away I get from who I used to be, especially when I drank, the better I feel about myself and who I am now. And like, really working on that self-love has really been like, I think that's been the most important journey of the last year or two, because I really did find myself at a really low place in 2019 after I closed my yoga studio, where it was just like, who am I now? I've been a yoga teacher for the last 5 years, and like, who am I now? And I did not find the answer to that in the bottom of a bottle, which I think we all know we don't find many good answers in the bottom of a bottle, but it's really through this whole food, plant-based journey. I feel like this, I mean, like I said, I've been dieting for 30 years. I've been struggling with this crap my entire life, with this mentality and this diet mindset and low self-esteem and confidence and stuff. If I could have discovered whole food, plant-based, no oil living like a decade or 2 or 3 ago, like, and saved myself so much stress, just how different would my life have been? So thank you for stopping by my channel today to watch this video. I'll see you in my next one. Be well.